Test. Test. There we go. Test. Oh, good grief. Hello. I have no idea what went on there. No audio, at least according to my console, no audio. Absolute mess up. So, yeah, welcome along. It is Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. At some point, I think round about 2030, I'll get one of these right. Good grief. If you are watching live on YouTube, then it's probably later than 6 p.m., unfortunately. It is closer to 5 past 6 p.m. on YouTube. And if you're watching live on Rumble, you've probably got no idea what I'm talking about, but welcome along anyway. And the time is round about 11 p.m. in the UK. And if you're not watching live, welcome along anyway. And to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But I tell you what, I'm not very good at this live streaming anymore. I've lost my touch. You need to sack me. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is all about the final event available within Real Racing 3 Update 13.2. And this is the STRASSENVERSION Duo 2-in-1 Special Limited Series. And I'll be taking this to round about 60%. So this is part one. Just let me know you can hear me and the audio's okay, please. Just put a yes in the chat, please. In terms of the chat, Ayaka Yokotar says, "Hi, how are you, Mr. Tony?" Well, I'm okay, thank you very much, but I seem to have had a little bit of an audio problem again. I don't know why. I do all these tests before, I check the audio's working, and then it doesn't work when you go live. What a pain. Team Shikanji says, "Hi, bro. Hello, welcome back. Ask what time it is there." Well, in the UK, it is 6 minutes past 6 p.m. There we go. Right. I think we need to get on. Let's just put that little mess behind us. There we go. Oh, I think I've already had audio on the whole time. So for some reason, do you ever wish there was a delete button? a proper delete button so that this wasn't online forever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all good. We're just racing. We're having a bit of fun. Sometimes we mess up with the audio. Sometimes we don't. Okay, so let's just get racing. Let's not dwell too much on it. So there we go. The Master Strassenversion Duo 2 in one special limited series. Now it says it's a 7-day event, which basically means you can take up to 7 days to take the series from 0% to 100%. But I might be wrong on this. Let's go in. If you try and complete it just a little bit quicker, you do tend to get free servicing. So let's just go into Speed Snap and see if we do. There we go. Oh, instant servicing and instant servicing on both cars. Now, interestingly enough, as you can see there, I do have both of the cars. But I will just go through what the cost of the cars are. They are round about the same. You only need to be upgrading one of the cars to then effectively win both of the cars. um, yeah. So the reason why I've got the Mercedes-Benz fully upgraded is there was an offer. I don't think it was in this release. I believe it was in the release before. It might have even been the release before that. With a discounted upgrade. So I took the opportunity to fully upgrade the car. Team Shakanji says, what about multiplayer? How to play in this game, please? Make video. Yes, on Sunday. Watch on Sunday, ask the question. That's when I'll be playing multiplayer. Okay, right. So now that we know we've definitely got a day's worth of free servicing. What I like to do, because if you go from 0 to 100% in one session, depending on how long the cups are, it can be between 3 hours to 4.5 hours. So that's why I like to split these limited series events into two parts, effectively making each live stream round about 2 hours, which I think is enough in terms of gaming in one day. I know some of you out there like to do it all in one bang. That's fair enough. Me, I like to split it over two. And as I've got the opportunity with 1 day's worth of free servicing, I'm going to take that opportunity. So I'll be perfectly honest, because I've got the car fully upgraded, why would I use the other car is my opinion on that. One, it's going to be easier to win. Two, I should get through a lot of the shorter races a lot quicker, and there'll be bigger gaps in between servicing. So, I mean, I guess good news, because Team Shikanji has put, okay, Sunday, thank you. So clearly, audio is working. That's good. I can stop panicking. Not that I was panicking, but you know what I mean. Speed Snap around Melbourne. Now, this will be, I think, relatively straightforward. Now, the good news as well is from start to end, I have completed all the special events, all the limited series, all the events, all the flashbacks with my racing configuration set to brakes at 0 assist, traction control at 0 assist, and steering at low. Now, I do think I'm going to go all in when the next update comes out. In other words, 0 assist across all three parts. Now, I remember looking at steering being the hardest thing, just in terms of not giving any reward in terms of going quicker, but actually being harder to control. So I may regret that, but that'll be a story for next week when the next release comes out. But there we go, that's the first. We're off the mark. Okay, so speed record around the Porsche test track, and it's the long circuit. So Daisy. Guess I just found this car's limit. There we go. Now, in yesterday's stream, racing the Bugatti, I had to brake so much earlier than what I'm having to do today. But obviously this is a lower PR car, and therefore its top speed will be so much lower. You know what? It's still not bad. It's still not bad. I think both of these cars are very ugly though. That's the one thing I would say. They're not particularly pretty. You know, they don't look sleek. It's not necessarily about a car looking pretty, but you want it to look, I guess, stylish. And these cars just don't. They look bulky and horrible. They are, I guess, from a different time, so there we go. Do think the metallic chrome black does work with this car though, so it's not all a loss. Right, okay, so left in tier 1, Cup, the Nürburgring sprint circuit. Oh dear, it's going to be a long one, isn't it? 4 laps on tier 1. Good grief. Good grief indeed. I mean, again, the longer, or rather the more laps you have, the easier it is to come first. But when the PR of your car is fully upgraded, it's incredibly easy. Now what I will be doing on Monday is I'll be doing a review of the update notes and going through what's coming in the next release. As it stands, I've got mixed feelings. And what I mean by that is, in terms of new cars and new series, yeah, it looks okay. It is, however, weighted against very expensive cars. In addition, there's a car that I don't currently own that I can win. So just in terms of winning the new cars, including cars that I don't currently own, it's going to be a very expensive upgrade. And then add to that, it looks like there'll be some cars with discounts that I'd like to fully upgrade, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the money or indeed what the discounts will be. I really do hope it's not 35%. I'm looking for 50%. Now, look at that. I've only done 2 laps, and this is tier 1. It's gonna be a long couple of streams. So there we go. I have put back markers before the end. In fact, only just after the start of lap 3. So Yokotaro has put the next update is not too bad. But the new cars are already added in some other racing games. You see, I don't mind that too much. I just think it's top heavy in terms of cost. That's my immediate reaction. You know, I'm in terms of where I am in the game, I'm trying to get completion rate closer to 100%. And I can only do that by fully upgrading cars and then completing the exclusive series that are opened up. And that's expensive. And it's a lot harder to do if the cars that are new in the game are also expensive. It's like this week, I would have liked to have fully upgraded the Hennessy, but it's just too expensive, even with a 35% discount. You know, overall, I think I've done pretty well in terms of the cars that I've won. I haven't spent more than 3 upgrades across the board. In fact, I don't think that's ever happened before. But that's enough to obviously destroy the amount of gold that you have. We'll see. Aaron C. John enters the chat on the YouTube side and says hello. Hello, Aaron. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for saying hello in the chat. It's a Friday night, so we can chill. The weekend is ahead. And that is tier 1 completed. Now, immediately, I'm just going to have a look at the cup. 6 laps. This is another long limited series. Man. Right, okay, so let's do the autocross first. So Lee Melvin enters the chat on the YouTube side and asks, do you know the next update, version 13.3, what the new cars are? I do. I don't obviously remember them off the top of my head, but I have had a look at the release notes. So, you know, there's significant new cars. I'm just a little bit disappointed about the expense. Because, again, because the new cars are expensive, you know, winning them will be expensive. Looking forward to it, giving those cars a go. Um, I'm also a little bit disappointed about the information they've provided. There's a real possibility. I mean, they've actually put in the release notes, the update isn't available until Tuesday, which again is a disappointment because normally it comes out Monday. So I hope that's an error, or rather, maybe it's a case in some countries it is actually a Tuesday release, because it used to be released in the UK at 8 p.m. So I'm really hoping that is the case. If not, and it does come out at some point on Tuesday, people are going to be twiddling the thumbs because obviously all the time trial competitions and the weekly time trials will have closed down, along with the online multiplayer tournament, but a new one won't have opened until the updates are available. So I really do hope that's an error in the release notes. But I'll talk a bit more about that on Monday's stream. I'm just concerned about the discounts we'll get on a weekly basis with the cars that are available, because the first 2 weeks we've got 2 very expensive cars available to upgrade to 100%. Both cars have exclusive series, so I'd be really disappointed if they only offer a 35% discount. One second. It's been one of those days. I don't know why it did that. I don't think anything disastrous has happened. Just one of my monitors has decided to turn off. Come on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Really? What's a daisy? Hey, so head to head, looking like a win. Still not driving particularly well at this moment in time, but good enough to get first, especially as I've got the car fully upgraded. But as I said, in tomorrow's stream, I will just give a brief overview of the cost of the cars, in case you guys don't have either of these cars. I mean, again, if you have one of them, you should be able to complete the series with free across the board. But if you don't have either, it's definitely worthwhile doing. Focus on upgrading one of the cars and just win the other one. Okay, so there we go. So that is the head-to-head completed. Next on tier 2, it's the Lime Rock Park South Circuit. I do quite enjoy this track. However, as a cup, it's 6 laps, which for tier 2 is crazy. And we're on. There we go, nice and easy, already into 4th. Jean-Luc Kozak is back in the chat, welcome along. And puts in, makes me translate, because it's really hard sometimes. Good day, Guardian. good course. Yeah, I think this course is okay. It's not bad at all. Look at that. I'm in first before the end of lap 1. Unfortunately, we've got 5 more laps to go. It's going to be a long, long evening. Oh dear. Whoops a daisy. So look at that, 2 laps ahead. Sorry, 2 laps down rather. 200 yards ahead. 4 laps to go. Yeah, I'm going to do an ups again. There you go. Not quite as bad. There we go. Before the end of lap 4, we have caught back markers. Well, let's see if we can try and avoid smashing into the barrier here. There we go, that's a little bit better. So that is lap 4 down. 2 more laps to go. Definitely a bit messy, but I don't think it matters too much. Just get it done. Oh. Here we go. Just about. So Lee Melvin has put in the what he thinks will be the upgrade sales. My concern is what percentage discount will we get? That's my concern. I do think the 2 cars in week 1 and 2 on the time trial side will be still very expensive if the discount is only 35%. That's my concern. But I think we'll know, because I worry that what they will do is or rather an Easter discount, and if they do that, it's more than likely they'll put the 50% discount into those cars and not into the weekly time trial cars. I guess we'll find out. Yes, we'll find out. Now, interestingly enough, in the 3rd week is the Koenigsegg CC850, and that was in the 12th birthday discount celebration. So again, it's interesting that car's back in the mix. So at this stage, I don't know what to do to begin with. I don't know at this stage whether to hold off doing any upgrades just get the series that have opened up done and wait for the big discounts, if indeed they do come. Not seen any information as of yet, but hopefully there will be some shortly. Probably middle of next week, I would suggest. Okay, so I've done tiers 2 and 1. On to tier 3, starting with the Hunter around the National Circuit at Silverstone. Let's get on. I will also say there's a real possibility of having 2,000 gold by the time the next update comes out. So at least I'm in a relatively good position in terms of winning the cars. It's just a case of trying to maximize that gold in terms of being able to get all the biggest discounts available on the cars that open up exclusive series. Technically in this release I've only gone up 1%. So I currently sit at 79% completed. And that's mainly two reasons. One, the cost of the cars that you had to win in this update, and the discounts only being 35% for the cars that were on sale as part of the weekly time trial or the online multiplayer tournament. In terms of, I'm not sure what Jean-Luc Kozak is saying, but thank you. And also, I'm not entirely sure what Lee just said there. But yeah, thank you. There we go. So next on the list, speed record around the Suzuka circuit. It's the West circuit. 160 miles to beat. I'm just going to put my foot down and see where we end up. For me, this particular series is just an opportunity, oh dear, to earn some gold and nothing more. We'll see. Well, I think Jean-Luc Kozak was saying you finished 605 yards ahead. I think that's what he was saying. I might be wrong there. Whoop. Hey. Ever first. Okay, 17% on to the cup in tier 3. It's only tier 3. Been going for over half an hour. Let's see how many laps it is. 4 laps. Tier 3 and it's 4 laps. Man. They're really making us suffer this time, aren't they? That's the second limited series where the cups have been really long. Good grief. breathe in deep. Again, the cups being long, they actually become easier to win, but it does make for a very long event. Okay, there we go. In to first. Three more laps to go after this. So easy. So Lee Melvin states your car garage is not fully upgraded. No, it isn't. I have most of the cars, but I've only completed, I think it's round about 52% of the exclusive series. So there's still plenty of exclusive series left for me. But I mean, you know what it's like. These cars, quite often nowadays, are so very expensive. So you really do need to pick and choose which cars you upgrade. And obviously taking advantage of the discounts is the way to do it. But whereas they used to typically do 40% and 50% upgrades, this upgrade, pretty much all the discounts have been 35%, except for the 12th birthday celebration. So I'm just a bit concerned they'll continue with the 35% discount. That's my concern. And I haven't seen any information to either confirm that's the case or to say, no, it's not going to be. So we're going to have to wait and see. So like yourself, I'm aware that the first car in the list is the McLaren Speedtail. To be fair to that car, it's exclusive series, I believe, is a reward of 150 gold, which isn't bad, but it is expensive. It is very expensive. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that one. So I think I'm going to approach this next release similarly to this one, because it seems to have worked out okay, which is not to rush in to completing the events. In fact, I'm thinking of holding back on them. Carry on gold harvesting and take a look at the discounts. The key is going to be, will they do? My understanding is they do normally. They do an Easter discount. So if those cars are 50%, it's going to be worthwhile holding off and waiting for those cars. And that is only 2 weeks away. Okay, so I'm on lap 4. I'm in first place. I'm a good or close to 1,000 yards ahead of second. And overtaking back markers, and in fairness, I have been for some time. It's a victory. There we go. As you see there, my fame level is close to going up to the next level. I don't think I'll get it done today, but I'm pretty confident that will occur tomorrow. So that's the Cup 1. That's Tier 3 completed. %, on to Tier 4, starting with the elimination. Do you know what? I'm going to have a look at the Cup first. See, Tier 4, and we're already at 5 laps for Laguna Seca. Yep, it's a long, limited series. But I'll start first with the elimination. Which I'm already in first. Okay. So look at that, I'm already 250 yards ahead of second. Now obviously what's helping here really is the fact I do already own the car and it's fully upgraded. I would imagine there'll be a lot of us out there that already have this car fully upgraded. It really does come down to how long you've been playing, because this particular car, I believe, was available to win for the first time in Season 1. So I don't think that's that long ago, to be fair. And when I say it's not that long ago, it could be a couple of years ago, to be fair. But it doesn't feel that long ago. Now, just out of interest though, one of the things I'll talk about a little bit more is in this release they talked about there being a focus on Formula E, which was a little bit strange. But I reckon that must have been something to do with licensing in some of the other countries. But there will be, I can't remember if it's a time trial or a multiplayer online event with some Formula E cars. So that will be very interesting. That will be very interesting indeed. Service the car. It's free and it's instant. Elimination completed. On to autocross, the national circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. Gotta be quicker than 25 seconds. Okay, there we go. That was quite straightforward. Completed in 23 seconds. I tell you what, with these cups being as long as they are, I should quite easily go up a fame level come tomorrow. That's my expectation. Okay, so 24%. So this is the first set of rewards. What are we getting? 5 gold. So we got 5, 10, 10, and 15. All right, that's not too bad. WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. It's the cup. It's 5 laps. Let's go. Bearing in mind, I normally like to be in 14th place by this corner and well ahead of that target. I mean, that really does look like I'll be in first place by the beginning of lap 2. There we go. Let's have a look inside this car. See, that doesn't look too bad. Perfectly acceptable to me, that car. Standard Mercedes interior, I'd say. Okay, so halfway through lap 2, in first, 100 yards ahead. Slow this right down. Oh. So Aaron C. John says this car has got a pedal shifter, and a clutch. Oh yeah, old school, man. I mean, you can't tell by the driver. He's got both hands on the steering wheel. Oops, a daisy. I mean, again, in Europe, all cars that aren't automatic have a pedal gear shift. It's an alien concept to Europeans to have a clutch on the steering wheel. I'm obviously bearing in mind this is a Mercedes as well. So Aaron C. John. Aaron, are you from the US? So he's put you have to clutch it, then shift with paddle. So yeah, that's normal today in the UK. Most cars are not automatic, even today in the UK. Whoops, a daisy. I mean, what's always interesting, if you look at an automatic car against a manual gear car, the manual gear car is always more efficient on fuel. Yeah. Aaron C. John says, oh, yeah, I bet that's a shock to you. Yeah, we're well behind in terms of gears or automatics. Obviously, we've got some Teslas over here now, and obviously they're all automatic. But yeah, if you go into a showroom for most cars in the UK, an automatic car is typically an additional cost. Okay, there we go. So, tier 4 completed. Our first set of rewards. It's taken me 56 minutes to get to this stage. Oh, right, okay. So Aaron C. John says, oh, no, I mean you have to clutch with your leg and shift with the pedal without taking your hands off the steering wheel. Okay, that's a little bit odd, but yeah. And Ayaka Yokota says, I can't drive the manual transmission cars. I've only got an automatic driver's license from Japan. That's probably because all cars in Japan are automatic. I mean, I would imagine it's the same in the States. Whenever I hire a car in in the US, which isn't that often, but it happens on occasion, they're always automatics. Oh, Aaron C. John says, I am from India, by the way. Okay, my mistake. Sorry about that. And Phantom 420 says, hello. Welcome along, Phantom 420. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Now, I didn't even check if I had any rewards there, so let's just go and have a look, because I wasn't paying attention. It's been one of those evenings, hasn't it? There we go. So apparently I got some R dollars, because, you know, we're desperate for R dollars. 50,200 to go. I should get that by the end of tomorrow, which will mean an additional gold reward on top of all the gold that's available in the series itself. Okay, so tier 5, another hunter. This time it's the West Circuit at Lime Rock Park. Is it me, or do all the circuits at Lime Rock Park all look the same, apart from that little chicane? Which makes me scratch my head about this West and South circuit. Okay, already into 7th. 300 yards. 200 yards. Overtaking the car. There we go. First quite easily. All right, there we go. So Aaron C. John asks, if you already have the car, you get coin, correct? I actually don't think you get any additional reward. I do think in terms of the gold that I win, it's the same as somebody doing this event and not owning the cars. I don't think there's any difference. So I don't think I, technically speaking, get any additional reward. I do think that is normally different in a flashback event, but I don't think there's a difference in a limited series. I win 40 gold, I think, if I complete this series. If you don't own the car, you win 40 gold, and then you also win the car. I don't get an additional reward because I already own the car. That's my understanding. But that's only applicable to limited series. As I say, on flashback events, you actually earn less gold if you own the car. Really check what type of event it is. I'm assuming it's a speed record. I'm sort of just flying through these. Or trying to. It's a little bit hard when the cups are like 5 laps long. There we go, already have first. Okay, there we go. Another first. Okay, so what are we doing? Servicing the car because it needs it. Fortunately, it's free and it's instant. Onto a cup, I believe, will be next. It's the national circuit at the Red Bull Ring. 6 laps. 6 laps. Good grief. It's only tier 5 and we're already up to 6 laps. Well, there's no point in rushing because I've got plenty of time to overtake them all. Right, so there we go, into second already. 5 laps to go, 1 car left to overtake. I think I'm going to get him on this corner. There you go. Already in first. So unfortunately for me, because of the state of my cars, this isn't really going to be challenging. It's just going to be long. Okay, so we're halfway through this cup. I'm in first and I'm 500 or as good as yards ahead. But I've just made a mistake there. I did brake late. But on lap 4, I've already caught back markers. Okay, so that is 5 laps down. 1 more lap to go. 900 yards ahead of second. And as always, I'm only just now beginning to get to grips with the car. Here we go. That is another first, another win in a cup, and I believe tier 5 now completed. Third of the way through the limited series. Tier 6. We'll start with the head-to-head. It's the Grand Prix circuit at Hockenheim Ring. So we've been racing 1 hour, 10 minutes. So Droid GT enters the chat on the YouTube side. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks, whoops a daisy. Pay attention, Tony. Thanks for putting a comment in the chat. And they ask, do you have some other jobs? I do indeed have another job, yes. There we go. In the lead. Just need to stay there now. Droid GT puts, cool sir, great driving. Well, that's very kind of you to say so. I'm not sure it is at the moment, but you know, it's good enough to win. Obviously, the upgrades on the car help also. Okay, so that's another first. Durability still on the car, no need for servicing. What have we got next? Another autocross, this time, well actually, back at the Porsche test track, but it's the short circuit. Got to complete it in under 30 seconds to guaranteed first. Let's see what we can do. Oops, well I've messed that up. Car's not quite as grippy as I thought it would be round that corner. Still good enough though, look at that. That's more to do, as I say again, to do with the PR of the car at this moment in time. Ooh, that flame level definitely looks pretty close there. I reckon that will go up a bit with some of the big cups that I'm sure will be coming up. Okay, so next cup is the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And we've got 6 laps. 6 laps. It's only tier 6, and we're at 6 laps. Good grief. Blimey, governor. Now, again, I reckon I can get first in 2 laps quite easily with this particular track. So 6 laps. Bit of a breeze, to be fair. Sort of taking my time because why rush? Why rush? That being said, I'm still already in 8th place. I reckon I'll end up being in 2nd place. Okay, 3rd place very shortly. Definitely 2nd place by the next corner. There we go. There we go indeed. We're first by the end of lap 1. Now, how does that car enter that slow curve? Very well. No skidding. Oh, might have just braked a little bit too late there. Yeah, but almost. So, yet again, another boring cup where you're in 1st place by the end of lap 1, but then you've still got 5 laps to go. There we go. Okay, so end of lap 2, 800 yards ahead of 2nd. I'll brake a little bit earlier this time round. There we go. Bit of a skid there, not to worry. Okay, halfway through the race, caught back markers already, 1400 yards ahead of 2nd. A lot of people will be saying, isn't this just a little bit boring? And to some degree it is, but how I look at it is free gold. It's free gold in terms of the rewards you get at 25%, 50%, 75% and 100%. It's free gold potentially in terms of the VP rewards, but it's also free gold in terms of every race you do scores you fame points. Get enough fame points, you go up a fame level and you get more gold. So yes, to some degree it's a little bit repetitive, but at least there's a competition there to be had, which keeps the interest while at the same time earning additional gold. So it's a good way just to keep the interest going. And obviously with a new update coming up, potentially plenty of cars available to fully upgrade, hopefully with decent discounts, quite a bit of gold is going to be needed. And as if by magic, also always thinking ahead in terms of this game, is Lee Melvin in the chat. And he's talking about potentially the cars that might be on sale in weeks 1 and weeks 2. Oh, and I think it's 5. So yeah, there's a lot of cars available. So Lee's put McLaren Speedtail exclusive series. The reward is 150 gold. Yeah, that's good. If only you could upgrade the car for less than that. We'll see. The Bugatti Centodici, its exclusive series. The reward is 150 gold. Again, same thing there. And the Bugatti Bolide, which I believe is the fastest car in this game, at something silly like 330 miles per hour, its exclusive series is 150 gold. So there are some big cars, big exclusive series available. For me, as I said, it all comes down to, will those cars have 50% discount? I really do think I think the 50% discount makes a difference on the cars that are really expensive. I don't mind paying 40% on a car that's only going to cost me 200 gold and returns me 100 gold. That's fine. But if I'm getting 200 gold reward from a car, what am I going to have to pay even with a discount on? That's my concern. But we'll find out in due course. We will find out in due course. Tier 6 completed. Tier 7 opened up. Overall percentage completion stands at 40%. So I think at this stage, I'm 1 hour 22 in. I think at this stage, I'm going to try at the very least to get to 60%. Which I think means at least going to tier 9. So let's crack on and let's see what we can do. So Grand Prix circuit at Circuit de Catalunya, elimination. Now I'm making this easy for myself because I do have the car already fully upgraded. Take me time around this corner. There we go. Into third, second, and first. Airplay's playing up a bit. I'll just slow it down a bit so it can catch up. Pause it for a second. Hopefully it's all right now. I don't know. I've got a lot of gremlins in my IT systems today. Oh, I think I might have just braked a little bit too late. Oh, just about. My word, that were close. Okay, so 4 cars left in the battle. I'm in first. I'm 100 yards ahead of second. I was a little bit wild there. And yeah, the airplay's playing up again. Oh dear. Forgot to check the calendar. It must be Gremlin night. There we go. Only 2 cars left in the race. 300 yards ahead of second. I might slow down and let him pass just as I've won. Let's see how we get on. 2, 1. There we go. That should do it. There we go. Wave at the guy. Oh, didn't quite catch me. I got that wrong. I got that wrong. Never mind. Ooh, I'm happy about that fame going up another level. As I said, I'm pretty sure I'll be pretty close to 2,000 gold come the next release. And might need that. Might need that. If only I could spend my R dollars. Never mind. Okay, next on the list, Speed Snap at the Grand Prix circuit at Nürburgring. 130 miles to hit at the finish line. Let's see how we get on. Did you also notice there, the one thing I haven't got is an agent. Do you know what? I'm thinking of hiring the agent going forward now. For each cup. Because you can have each day up to 5 free crew members. And I should have done this a little bit before, but I wasn't paying attention because it's been one of those days. It's been a long week, sort of, kind of. Been a good week. Been a good week. It's been a fun week as well. But I think on the cup here, I'm going to hire the agent. So let's have a look. So it's it's the Grand Prix circuit at Suzuka. It's 5 laps. That's already a nice bit of fame. Now I don't currently have an agent, but if I just turn the audio down, I'll play a video by pressing the blue hire button. Unfortunately, it's a long video, but at least it means I'll get double fame so long as I win on the next race, which is 5 full laps around the full Grand Prix circuit at Suzuka. And all I've got to do is watch this silly advert for 30 seconds. Unfortunately, you guys are having to watch it as well. I apologise for that, but you know, as needs must. Almost done. There we go. Agent earned. Volume back up. Hopefully it's not messed with the volume. Sometimes it does that. 5 laps around Suzuka with double points if I win. I'll hire the manager just because I can. I'll obviously not use the engineer. There's absolutely no point whatsoever. After all, I've got 22.5 hours left of free servicing on this car. Why would you use an engineer? Okay, so I'm going to go round the outside, stay out of trouble, I think. Hopefully, I know they're coming out, but then they sneak all the way back in. There you go. Just out of trouble. Into 5th position. Do my best not to hit any of the cars in this particular race. And it really does look as if again I'm going to be in 1st place before the end of lap 1. Now again, what's helping me there is not necessarily my driving. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's oh, why are you doing that? Turn it down. I'm going to have to reset the game after this. And this is the problem when you play adverts. Sometimes it messes up the audio, which is absolutely crazy. But there we go. No sound at this moment in time. Apart from my voice, obviously. My voice is still working fine. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just pause that there and I'll drop it off the mirror in. And let's put it back on. See if we've made a difference. Okay, there we go. That looks to be back. So silly little bug that I've noticed, not so much in the game, but when you use AirPlay, specifically when playing adverts, when you go back to the game, it messes up the audio. Very strange. Okay, so lap 2, I'm in 1st place. Now I reckon this is going to be close to a 10-minute cup in terms of length. Each lap I reckon is going to be close to 2 minutes long. 5 laps, 10 minutes. Almost. Almost lost it, but not quite. There we go. Maybe it's not quite 2 minutes, but it's over 1.5 minutes. So I guess it's about 1 minute 45 seconds. So So 8.5 minute race then. A little bit off track there. Just slow myself down. Whoops-a-daisy. There we go. So look at that. I'm well ahead of second. £1,300 ahead of second with 2 more laps left to go. One minute 44. Close to getting off track there. One might argue I did go off track. You would be correct. Back markers caught again. Kenan McNair enters the chat on the YouTube side. Welcome along, Kenan. Good to see you again. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for commenting in the chat. Kenan puts, sounds like the Ferrari event we did, but slower acceleration. Then he's gone on to put with the lower grip. To be fair, this car, it isn't too bad, to be fair. But I'd say the braking points are a little bit earlier than an average car. But grip-wise, it's not too bad. It's only because I've been braking late, to be fair. So that one's on me, not on the car, I would put. Unfortunately, what this reminds me of, more so than the Ferrari event, unfortunately, is the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT Limited Series. And the reason for that is all the cups were very long, and it's the same for this car, or for this limited series. All the cups are incredibly long. And you know, you could argue therefore a little bit tedious. Well, what I'm going to do is make the most of it and just hire an agent for free and get double fame points, and hopefully that'll take me pretty close to going up a fame level. Where there's a will, there's a way. Kenan says, how you doing, bro? Well, I'm all right, thank you very much. It's been a good week. Lots of fun at the beginning of the week, and then a little bit harder at the end of the week. But we're there. We're done. Got the weekend off. Although I will be streaming. I'll be streaming tomorrow and on Sunday. I've taken a brief look as well at what's coming out in the next release. Um, I'm sort of torn. Quite excited that it looks like it'll be another good release, but I can also see it being very expensive. But I'll talk more about that on Monday's stream. There we go. There we go. Look at what difference double agent makes. All right. So if I don't go up tonight, I do see that I will definitely go up a fame level tomorrow. Car needs servicing. It's instant and it's free. Anyway, Kenan, how are you? Are you well as well? Hope you are. There we go. So that is tier 7 completed, almost at 50%. On to tier 8. Let's do the speed record first. It's around the club circuit at Circuit of the Americas. 156 miles top speed is what I've got to heat. Kenan says he's doing good. Thanks for asking. My pleasure. Glad to hear you're doing okay. Right, can we get this top speed before the end? There we go, done already. So that was relatively straightforward. I was quite surprised it would be as high as 155 for this car, but it can go over 200 miles per hour, which I think is pretty impressive, considering the car's age. There we go. I believe that's going to take me to 48%. So hopefully autocross around the Laguna Seca will earn my 50% rewards. Okay, we've only got 10 seconds to get round this corner. Oh. There we go. Relatively straightforward. So Kenan McNair put 60.9 PR for this car with a 241 miles per hour. That seems kind of low. I think it's because of the handling. What do you think? I don't think it's too bad, to be fair. I think there we go. 10 gold, 50% achieved, 1000 VP. Didn't quite get a reward for the VP though. All I was going to do before I make a decision on that is I was just going to bring. There we go. Now, in fairness, if you look at that, if you look at the things there, so 241 suggests it's like 75% performance wise. Same with the acceleration, maybe a little bit higher, 80%. Same with the braking, 80%. But yeah, look at the grip. I don't actually think the grip is that bad in this car. It doesn't appear to be as low as it's suggesting there, only 40%. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind this car. It's not too bad. Right, so what I'm going to do, look at that. It's the, which Porsche test track is it? It's the, it's only the short version. Nevertheless, as we've got 3 agents to earn, I'll play another video and earn another agent. Hopefully the audio won't mess up like it did the time before, but you never know. Mm. Tell you what it might be with this car is because it has a lower PR and probably the acceleration isn't the best. It's a little bit more forgiving. So even if you do brake a little bit late, you don't, well, I mean, obviously I go flying off the tracks, but normally you wouldn't go up flying off the tracks. So I do find the cars with a lower PR are so much more forgiving if you brake late and a little bit more forgiving on the grip. Um, the car that I was racing yesterday, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, that was just so fast, that car. The acceleration was ballistic. And so it was going so fast into the corners. You really did have to brake early. So any mistake in terms of braking late, it costs you so much more. This car, it's slower into the corners comparatively. So even if you do brake a little bit earlier, a little bit later, it's not quite a bigger deal. So I don't mind this car. So it's a bit weird. I don't, even though it's saying there the grip is 1.31 and it's out of spec to the rest of the car's statistics. I don't think the grip on this car is too bad at all. I don't think it's too bad at all. I can live with it. I can live with it. So 10 inputs, yeah, I have the Bugatti Bolide, and fastest cars, you do have to brake early. Indeed, indeed, indeed. But as I said, as a result, if you just brake a little bit later than what you should be doing, it's so much more costly. I mean, I'm not even trying here, and I'm in second place. So it's another, um, it's another cut where I've got first. If not by the end of lap one, then definitely by the beginning of lap two. I tell you an example. I tell you what's a good example about how grippy a car is, and this is another reason why I don't think this car's so bad. So the road course at the Indianapolis Speedway. So when you're into the straight and there's like just that tiny little turn, it's a really soft turn. But I do find that if a car has enough grip, it doesn't tend to slide and skid. And if it does have enough grip, it doesn't tend to slide and grip. And if it doesn't have enough grip, then obviously it does slide. Now, I've obviously just done, I think it was a 6-lap special around Indianapolis with this car. And it could handle itself around that very fast, very slight turn. So that's, I suppose, one of the reasons why I'm suggesting I don't think the grip on this car is as bad as it suggests with the 1.31 grams on the tyres. There we go. So for some reason, my audio is quiet. Let me just double check that. I mean, that's me. Yeah. There we go. I've turned it down by accident. There we go. My headphones, if you touch them, on the right, yeah, there you go. That's better for me. If you touch them on the right, it turns the volume up. And if you touch them on the left, it turns the volume down. So I must have just been fiddling with my headphones. But do you know what? There's a real possibility of lapping everyone because the track is so short. I'm only just halfway through this race. Oh, there we go. I reckon I'm going to overtake everybody. I've got 2 laps to go. And he's only over there second. So I reckon there's a good chance of overtaking everybody. There he is. I mean, he would have struggled passing all these cars. There he is, I can see him. So that is going to be a cup where I literally lap everybody. There we go. Every single racer in this cup has now been lapped. Which means that some of them have probably been lapped more than once. There we go. So, Cannon's asking or commenting on the computer opponents. Now, in fairness, it's probably been a lot easier for me because I do have the car fully upgraded. So, even these early tiers are very easy for me because I do have the car fully upgraded. So, I'm purposely not making a great deal of effort with the other car, which isn't fully upgraded. Just because for me, I can't win any cars. It's just about completing the limited series so that I can earn additional gold. But there we go. So that's tier 8 completed. I think at the very least, what I'm going to do is both tier 9 and tier 10. What I'm going to do here is the elimination first. I believe I should have three 3 more crew to hire. So I think the endurance, the cup in this tier, and then the cup in the next tier. And I think there's a real possibility of going up a fame level. And that'll be a good way, I think, of ending the part 1 of this limited series. There we go. To Daisy. Okay, so I did mess up there, so I'm not particularly far ahead of second, but I am ahead. Let's see if we can keep that. $100 yards. Three cars left in the race, and I'm 100 yards ahead of second. Okay, there we go. That's a win. Nice and straightforward. Ooh, look how close that is. I reckon I could get this today. Let's see if we can. Right, so I'm going to do the endurance next. And I'm going to hire an agent again. So I'll just turn the audio off because I don't like listening to the adverts. Unfortunately, you do have to endure the advert as well. I apologise for that. But it will be over very shortly. And then we'll get racing again. 30 seconds just to hire an agent. I don't think you can complain too much about that. I do like that aspect of the game that they changed pretty recently, to be fair. The idea that on each day you can hire up to 5 crew members for free just by playing an advert, and it's the same with the time trial tokens. I kind of like that. Right, let's get this audio back up. Endurance, I'm putting money on I've got to do at least 6.4. There we go. There we go. 6.3. So I've got to do 6.4. Now the question is, what will this car be like around this track? Because this can be quite unforgiving, especially in the second part of the lap. There we go. One mile completed already, although I am still in 8th place. There we go, into 7th. Don't want to overtake just yet until my clock falls just below 80 seconds. There we go. 2 miles on the clock. Oh, not quite, didn't quite get that right, but good enough. Into 6. Three miles on the clock. I think I'll make that the last car I overtake now until the next lap. Into 5th. 4 miles on the scoreboard. Into 4th, 5 miles on the clock. Oh, I messed up there. Oop, off the track. Back on track. So Lee is asking what cars would I recommend he upgrade. Well, at this stage I don't know, because as I said, it's going to be all down to what discounts we'll get on the cars. At this moment in time, I don't know. But keep an eye on these streams, and whenever I'm doing a multiple series, competing in multiple series, and it's either on a Tuesday or it's the first day following the Tuesday, you know, I'll be going through those cars and I'll offer my advice. I mean, I really would love to upgrade all 3 of those cars that you mentioned: the Speedtail, the Centodici, and the Bolide, although I probably pronounced that car wrong, just because you know, quite nice cars in the game. Well, maybe not the Speedtail, but the other 2 definitely. But it is going to be down to cost of the upgrades, and really just having the biggest discount on them. And yeah, at this moment in time, I don't know that. So we're going to have to wait and see until probably next Tuesday. Now, I'm also a little bit worried about the possibility that they're not going to release the update Monday evening in the UK. But we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so I've easily won this. I'm already at 11 miles and I've still got 50 seconds yet to go. So we should get quite a big score. And I'm seeing 2 cars just ahead of me as well. big score, and we've done 2 hours of streaming already today. Good grief. So I reckon I won't be done for another half hour. I mean, look at that. 13 miles almost on the clock. We're going to hit the finish line. So we'll probably have closer to 45 seconds, 50 seconds still to go again. That's what I like to see. Plenty of fame reward as a result, and it's double. Definitely can hit 15 miles. Probably not going to overtake that car. There we go, 15 miles. We'll end it there. Not bad at all. Romeo plays, enters the chat and asks, do you want any tip? No, I'm all right, thank you very much. But thank you for watching. And thank you for commenting in the chat. There we go. Pretty close to a fame update. Service the car. It's free and it's instant. Okay, so now we've got Monza. 12 laps. Okay, well, we'll hire again an agent for free by playing a video. It's another long advert, unfortunately, another 30 seconds, but it's worth the wait to double the fame because I can't see how I'm not going to get first. 12 laps is a crazy amount of time, even if it's only the short course at Monza. So whereas I was thinking I wouldn't get a fame update until tomorrow, I'm now thinking I might get it today. There we go. So that's an agent hired. Let's get the audio back up. Wrong way. There we go. 12 laps around Monza. Let's see how we get on. Now again, I'm not in a need to barge my way through. I think. Just take my time. It's 12 laps after all. So from this point forward, it's 1 car per laps, which should be pretty achievable. There we go. So at the end of lap 1, I'm in 8th. I've got 11 laps to go, 7 cars to overtake, and I'm already in 5th. There we go. Oh, the audio has gone again. 1 second while we sort this out. All I had to do last time was this. and then plug it back in. Hopefully that sorted it. There we go. Still a little quirk of airplay. As I said, it only occurs when you play the videos and then go back to racing. Well, there we go. So at the end of lap 2, I'm in third, about to overtake into second. I've got one car to overtake and 10 laps to go. So this is pretty straightforward. But it's another win. Pretty confident I can say that already. And it's another cup with double fame. It's just a shame it's not one of the bigger tracks where the fame would have been definitely, I reckon, quite a bit more. There we go. That is first by 200 yards. Still got a long way to go though. I'm not even a third of the way into the cup. There we go, already caught back markers. I wonder, is there a possibility of yet again lapping every single competitor in the cup? I think I should give it a go. Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay, so once I've completed this lap, we'll be halfway through the cup, and I'm already 800 yards ahead of second. Oops, daisy, a little bit late on the braking there. That might have cost me the chance of overtaking everybody. So I'm probably thinking I won't catch second. So I'm probably not going to lap every single racer on the track. But I probably won't be too far away. But I've only got 2 laps to go now. Yeah, I think second is just a little bit too far ahead of me. In terms of being lapped, that is. Okay, there we go. That is another victory. Another long race and another tier completed. I think we've got room for just one more tier before we call it a day. Oh, oh, we're definitely going up a fame level today. That's a great way to end the stream. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do one more. I think I'm going to do one more race. Let's have a look. Yes, I'm just going to do one more race, and that's going to be the Cup. It's going to be the national circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. It's a long race. It's 8 laps, but I'm going to hire for one final time today an an agent for free by playing a advert. Unfortunately, it's another long one, but I reckon that will be enough so long as I get first, and I'm confident I will. That I'll finish the day on 62%. More important like that, I'll go up a fame level and earn an additional 68 gold. Okay, there we go. That's the advert completed. Reward earned. Turn the volume back up. Watch it have a problem once we start racing. Let's go. I've got 8 laps. I'm not going to go crazy in terms of overtaking everybody, smashing things up. I'll just take my time. Oops a daisy. Apart from there, of course. Already into 8th. Into 4th. Back into 6th. Don't know why I did that. There we go. Back into 4th. Okay, so I've got 7 laps to go. 3 cars to overtake. And there's one. Might get another here. Already into second. Here we go, that is in first before the end of lap 2. 6 more laps to go. And I can already see back markers, at least on the map, even though I can't actually see them yet on the track. Five more laps to go. Oh, I think I might have just braked a little bit too late there. No, we're okay. There's one back marker. So he'll get lapped again because I'm still not even halfway through this race. Look at this. This is other than being long, this particular event is very straightforward. Obviously it's made easier by the fact I've already got the cars and one of the cars is fully upgraded. Two more cars to lap. There we go, that's 5 laps completed, 3 more laps to go. I'm 1,200 yards ahead of second. Again, I don't think I'm going to lap second. I think this particular track's got to be round about 4,000 yards, I suspect. I might be wrong. But it's definitely not 2,000, that's for sure. more laps to go. Right, there we go. That's coming up to the end of the penultimate lap, meaning one more lap to go. Easily in first. Oh, hello. My brakes failed there. Oh dear. I'm having a scruffy last lap here. There we go. Right. There we go. That is a victory. Final race for today. Coming up to 2.5 hours of racing. Perfect time to end it, especially if we go per fame level. That's what I like to see. That was perfect timing. 68 gold added to my total. 1,831. That's not bad. In preparation for the next release due out, I hope Monday, but it might be Tuesday. There we go. 62%, 38% still to go. 5 tiers plus the 2 quick races in tier 10. That is a perfect place to end the racing for today. Now, in terms of completing this series, if you are watching on YouTube, I will look to start the stream round about 1 p.m. UK time. And if you are watching on Rumble, it should be up round about 6 p.m. UK time. Okay, we'll take the game off screen and mute its audio. There we go. Right. Okay. So that is part one of the Strassenversion Duo 2-in-1 special limited series, taking it to 62%. And in tomorrow's stream, I'll look to take it to 100%. Still more gold to be earned. In fact, let me just have a quick look. I will have the possibility of 10 gold plus 15, so that's 25. And there's an additional VP reward to be had. So 25, I believe it's plus 60. So that's 85 gold. So by tomorrow, I should have over 1,900 gold. Yippee. Exciting stuff indeed. Right, so there we go. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Apologies for the audio issues at the beginning. Obviously, I am an amateur, so you know, hopefully you don't take it too hard. But if you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up or a like. And if you like this sort of content, if you watch on YouTube, then please give it a subscription. And if you watch on Rumble, please give the channel a follow. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting in the chat. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope whatever is left of your day today is a very good one. And in regards to tomorrow, hope to see you then. Until then, thank you very much and goodbye.